Thank you, James. And Annette, you demonstrated exactly the enthusiasm, the complete conviction with which everybody was talking about vegetable production and about the whole process that we consistently heard and enjoyed when we were visitors to the wonderful work that's going on in the north of Uganda, which is also indeed why we refer to it as spreading the gospel, because everyone was talking about this as this is a new lease on life for many people. I'll take 3 slides and 4 minutes to talk this through. We do case studies where we basically connect to what Mario was describing about how, and James was describing about the purpose of ISC Africa. How do you learn more effectively from all the wonderful initiatives that are out there? How do you take them out of the hidden spaces or the anecdote spaces and actually make them understandable, fact-based, fun to look at, interesting to look at, and inspiring and informative? So we follow a process which is outlined on the slide there, to generate something which we feel is worthy of the evidence base that also university like Wageningen demands, but also does justice to the narratives and the anecdotes that build up that story. So that's what actually, so that is to give the indication that behind the case study of the North Uganda situation, there is a lot of evidence to back up what is being said. It's not just people telling wishful thinking, but also demonstrated thinking. Next slide, please. The key question that we actually came across was what, as Mario said, was how are farmers being reached and why are they responding apparently so enthusiastically to that, to the context and the information that they're receiving. So in that sense, we were very much more on an exploratory basis. And a fundamental part of that is the multidimensional way in which essentially a whole system of information sharing and of farmer support is being created. So in contrast to a single technical assistance program where there is a one-off program at a single farm, at a single farmer level, there's a whole system of interconnected supporting activities that both that provide the information from multiple angles, that provide the repetition that is also necessary for people to be learning. I mean, I certainly need to be told things 10 times before I understand them. And I think a lot of people also need that as well as ensuring that there is that they are able to have access to the kinds of resources to actually follow up on what they're learning. At the end of the day, for all these farmers, horticulture is a super high risk activity. The experience that Elijah can tell from, for example, Tanzania, 1 in 5 crops can fail or does fail. So that that is something that does need to be taken into consideration. If you do it, you need to do it really, really well and very consistently. And the idea of a system means, and next slide, please, is that you're also creating a more systemic approach to doing things, so that there is the foundation being laid that the effects of this work can consolidate and can spread through the foundations that are being laid in situ. Now, if we look at, as we looked at where the kind of influences that are coming out of this, and I'll be done in 30 seconds or so, we're seeing that a fundamental aspect is that people are really changing the way they're looking at horticulture. And there's a sense of, okay, there is hope. I can actually make a change. And what I am doing is actually having effect. So that hope and self-respect is a very big, it's very evident in all conversations and a very big drive for people to be doing things. A number of other things that we're seeing, that there's beginning systemic change. Farmers are being very much more at the center of the equation. Agri-input dealers are thinking, what do farmers need rather than what do I need to sell? Knowledge officers are saying, what are the questions rather than what do I need to tell, etc. There is also, there's a new way of thinking about horticulture. So it's horticulture 2.0, which is effective. And there's an emergent interaction between businesses and NGOs, or with in other situations around businesses being able to work with other parties to ensure that both the drive and the technical expertise can combine with the social connections and the scale and the the capacity that is offered by other partners. Thank you.